two or more states or between government and the union or state level. So all such disputes are resolved by the judiciary. The second is it is free from legislature. The judges do not act on the direction of the government or according to the wishes of the party in power. Yes, Indian judiciary is free from the influence of legislature, and it is an independent to take its own decision. Okay, so this is also the power of the Indian judiciary. That is why all the modern democracies have courts that are independent of the legislature and the executive. Now the third is it interpret the constitution of the country. The Supreme Court and the High Court have the power to interpret the constitution of the country. Interpret means explanation. Whatever the constitutions or the articles are given written in the constitution, so to explain, to elaborate such articles and provisions of the constitution is the authority of the either the Supreme Court or the High Court. It has a power of the judicial review. Judicial review means they can declare they can declare invalid any law of the legislature or the action of the executive, whether at the union level or at the state level, if they find such a law or action is against the constitution. Yes, judicial review means whatever the laws made by the parliament or the state legislature, if such laws are against the constitution of the country, so such laws can be declared invalid by the Supreme Court of India. This power of the court is known as the judicial review. Thus they can determine the constitutional validity of any legislation or action of the executive in the country when it is challenged before them. This is known as judicial review. If the court finds that a law or an order of the executive disobeys the provisions of the constitution, it is the power. It is the power. Constitution, it can declare such law or order null and void. Means if any law made by the parliament or state legislature go beyond the provision of the Indian constitution, so it can be declared invalid by the Indian judiciary, and this power of the judiciary is known as the power of judicial review. So these are the important powers which are enjoyed by the Indian judiciary. Now, it is also the guardian of the fundamental rights. This is the next power. The powers and the independence of the Indian judiciary allow it to act as a guardian of the fundamental rights. Means whatever if any institution or personality or any individual violate our fundamental rights, so we can take the shelter and can ask for the protection of our fundamental right. That is why the judiciary enjoys a high level of confidence among the people. Okay. Now next is public interest litigation. Public interest litigation in short is known as PIL. Anyone can approach the court if public interest is hurt by the action of the government. Public interest means any public matter, whether the person is affected from that action of the government or not. If any particular community or the section of the society is hurt or affected by any particular decision of the government, so any person can file a case in a court by writing to the court directly in a simple postcard, and if the court think that it is related to the public interest, so court considered and take the action accordingly. So this is also the duty of the judiciary of India, and this is known as public interest litigation. It also prevents the misuse of government power. Yes, the court intervene to prevent the misuse of the government power to make decisions. They check malpractices on the part of the public officials. That is why the judiciary enjoys a high level of confidence among the people. Yes, if it can intervene to prevent the misuse. If any government official is misusing the power, so it can intervene and can prevent the misuse of the power. Okay, this also can keep a check on malpractices. Malpractices means the dirty tricks on the part of the public officials. Okay, so these are some powers and functions of the Indian judiciary. So beta, here your chapter gets end. We have learnt about the three political institutions. One is legislature, second is executive, and the third is judiciary. These are three important political institutions in any particular democracy. Okay, and we have read about the office memorandum. We have read office memorandum, which is related to second class backward commission known as Mandal Commission, and how the dispute of the Mandal Commission was resolved by Indian judiciary, that also we have read. So beta, this was all about this, and you will go with the reading of the chapter by your own, and whatever the back exercise questions are given, that you will solve in your book itself, as already I told you, and will go through with the reading of the terms which is given at the back of your chapter. Okay, and rest written work I will send you, that you have to complete in your book. If anywhere you will have a doubt, so you can discuss those doubts with your concerned teacher in Zoom classes. Thank you and have a nice day.